What was your number again?
2499669.
The important thing is to still keep control in your mind. Let him think that he's winning. And if you get away with it, use silent forms of defiance.
And any little bit of defiance that you can get in at this stage is going to be worthwhile to you mentally. But if you get caught, you're going to get a good beating.
The professional interrogator has a motive or agenda for every word he speaks and every action he makes.
You recognise this? Is this yours?
At his disposal will be an arsenal of mind games designed to outwit even the most experienced soldier.
Right, if that's not yours, you keep it. If it is yours, hand it to me.
You're in a no-win situation here. Whatever you do, you're giving him an answer. This is a typical example of some of the many ploys and tricks an interrogator will use to trip you up.
Interrogation can have different approaches, such as the good cop and the bad cop routine, known as the Mutt and Jeff. The idea being that one is friendly and the other one is very, very aggressive.
Give me a call sign. A call sign that can stop all this. And get some good
call sign, loser! Call sign! Even members of the opposite sex can be used. This way you can get a different reaction from the prisoner.
Would you like me to treat your cuts and bruises?
If you look carefully, you can see Eddie's eyes moving slightly different to what they do when he's talking or looking at me. You look a lot better now than the last time I saw you. How are you feeling? Hey? Feeling a lot better now? Haven't had your face dressed by a pretty girl? Would you like a cigarette? If you want a cigarette, take it. Do you mind if I have a cigarette? Okay, so you're quite happy now because you've got a cigarette and you've been looked after. What about the other members of your patrol? How many people were there in the patrol? We'd like to know, Eddie, so we can look after them the way we've looked after you. There's a guy that's helped us out by the name of Peter. His name ring a bell? He's told us some of the information that we require, but not everything. And what I'd like you to do is to confirm it. Likewise, I'd like to find out who the guy was that was killed. Can you help us out with that one? So you're not interested in your own men? So look at me. Look at me. Guards!
Why did I faint? Not because I was feeling faint.
Shut him up.
Pure and simply to get out of the interrogation room. If he feels sympathy for you, you can get taken out and hopefully you'll get a bit of rest. It doesn't always work, but it's worth a chance.
Fainting is a thing that can be used to get out of an interrogation. However, in a lot of places, all he would get is severe kicking and beating until he got up.
Interrogators will always use fellow captives against each other. But those with injuries can be particularly weak and vulnerable. One of the members of Eddie's squad, Mac, who had been seriously wounded and left to fend for himself, has been found, treated, and is now fit enough to be interrogated and possibly exploited.
Okay, I'm going to take your blindfold off. Look at me. How are you feeling? Look at me. If you're okay, blink your eyes. Well done. Like some food? Want some food? Look at me, Stone. Look at me. Okay, this chap here is cooperating with us. He's been looked after medically. He's also got some food and he's got some drink. So if you cooperate, you get food, you get drink. Put your blindfold on.
At this stage, I'm glad to see Mike. He's been better treated.
Guards, take it back to his cell.
He's been hospitalised, and he's not looking too bad. I know Mike hasn't cooperated. I know he's doing exactly the same as I would do. Get the food and get it down your neck, and keep your mouth shut.
Take your blindfold off.
When you're under stress or lying, your subconscious mind can easily betray you. The slightest raise of an eyebrow or twitch of the nose can be an indication that you're covering something up.
Every time I see you, I find out something different. Every time you come in here, there's something about you that comes across. So by thinking you're sitting there saying nothing is wrong.
Body language is a very important tool for an interrogator because with it, he can ask you questions that you will react to in different manners. The eyes might screw up if you ask him a very sensitive thing or something he's not terribly happy with, or the fists might start to clench, in which case you know that the questions that you're putting to the captive is having some reaction and you can use against him over and over again.
You were caught using this piece of equipment. So who were you calling? What was your call sign? Show me where you were caught, where you were going to. Would you like some food and drink? At some stage, you're going to need food and water to keep going. Because without those, you're going to be nothing. You'll die. But do you want to live?
There comes a stage where the softly tactics may fail, and the interrogator will resort to threats and abuse.
Look at me! Look at me! What was your call sign? No point standing there looking like that. All I want to know is your call sign. I'm asking you, what was the call sign? Are you stupid, man, or what? You put yourself all through this rubbish.
He'll start a relentless routine of verbal and physical attacks, threatening your life and the lives of your comrades. This is where your willpower and strength will be tested to the extreme.
Look at me. You're not doing yourself any favours.
If they were going to kill you, they would have killed you a long time ago. They still think you've got information. Verbal abuse and physical abuse, then you get used to it after a period of time. The pain, you know you're going to get a kicking, you just accept it and get on with it.
After a certain time, you will have achieved your goal by holding out long enough to allow command to realize you are missing and the mission has been compromised. They can then take the appropriate action. You've won, and it's time to think about protecting yourself and your men.
When he gets the pliers out and starts snapping your fingers, you're going to start telling him something. Feed him little snippets of information. It doesn't have to be the truth, as long as it's a half-truth. Gives him something to work on. And gradually, over a few days, he will get the picture and he will start fitting things together. That will keep him happy and keep all your fingers intact.
But quite a while now to think about other things, haven't you? All the time, your friend has been deteriorating very, very badly. So in order for you to save his life, you've now got to start cooperating. Do you understand me?
I don't know, mate, honestly. There's that guy, Johnny, I think, you know.
What was his name?
I think it was Johnny. I mean, I didn't even know what his old name was. He was just telling me what he'd do.
You were caught using this.
I took it off his body. Hotel 1, this is Charlie 19, ready for pickup, over.
What was your call sign?
Bravo 19.
So if you were using it trying to get hold of somebody, you must have known on the map roughly where you were. Could it have been this beach here?
I really don't know.
Was that your extraction point?
I don't know, mate. You know, I was kept in the dark about all the things. I think they trusted me, you know, because, you know, I was strange into with these people.